Have you ever been watching one of our videos and fallen in love with one of the fabrics and rushed over to my website and it was already gone? What do you do? Keep watching. Hi, it's Donna Robertson with Fabric Cafe. Have you ever watched one of my videos and fallen in love with the fabric, but when you go to the website, you can't find it? Or if you do find it, it says out of stock. Well, what do you do to ensure that you have a better chance of getting the fabric you see on our website? Well, first of all, be sure that you subscribe and then click the button that has a little bell so you'll get notification whenever we are doing a new video. Now, we do post videos on Tuesday and Thursday, but guess what else we do on Tuesday and Thursday? We put up new kits. So those are our 2 days that we restock and make sure that there are things there. But there's even one more little hint for you on how to get the fabric that you're in love with. So when you go to the website, you're going to see the words out of stock. Click on that kit, go inside, and once you're inside, scroll to the bottom and you'll see a button that says, email me when this is back in stock. So that will mean that as soon as the inventory is updated, you will receive an email and you can go over there and get that kit that you want. Because we have been known to send out those emails and still run out of stock again. We never know what everyone's going to love. And whenever we do have a kit that's super popular, we immediately go and try to get more fabric for you so that everyone can take advantage of getting these cool kits. Now, every kit that we're talking about today is made with just 3 1-yard cuts of fabric and one of my patterns. I do have 7 books in print. I have 3 other books that are download only. They're out of print now, but you can still get them by downloading them. Every one of the books has 8 patterns, and every pattern is written for 3 sizes. With 3 yards, you can make a lap. With 6 yards, you can make a twin, and with 12 yards, you can make a king-queen. If you were buying kits, you need 1 kit for the lap, you need 2 kits for the twin, and 4 kits for the king-queen. Now, we're going to start looking at kits now, and I have more information as we go along to help you to find better ways of getting the kits that you want. This is a brand new fabric that's just come in, and did we show this once before?
We have not shown this.
We have not ever shown this one. So it is a brand new one. But again, if it's a popular kit, which a lot of our kits are, then if it runs out of stock, we try to restock as soon as possible. And these are these awesome owls. I love the colors of this quilt. They are such cool colors. And the actual owl has a little bit of the green, and it has a little bit of the teal or turquoisey shades in there as well. Let's put that up. This one's called Checkmate.
I think we also should look at the back on this one.
Oh, okay.
Because it is so cute.
Oh, that is. Look at those owls. Lucinda did owls on this particular one. And you can order backing for your quilts. It won't always be identical to what we use, but we do pick out a really nice backing for you. If you've ever purchased our backing, give us a little comment below about what you think about our backing. A lot of people really do like the way we pick out special fabrics just for you. Every one of the backings are hand-picked to coordinate with the front fabrics. Okay, so this particular one has a wide strip. It is a row quilt, and you don't have to cut up these great owls. I actually tried to do several different patterns with this one, but nothing looked better than this pattern. I really liked it. And then it has a checkerboard here. So let's look at these fabrics. And this one is called Night Owl. And it is the Checkmate pattern. These are your owls. And then this is your fabric number 2. So you've got your focus fabric in 1, and you've got your lightest of these 2 fabrics is your number 2, and then this one is your number 3. And I love the way these look like, this looks kind of like a bark, and this one looks like the patterns inside the wood. So it's really cool, the grain of the wood. So this one is called 8021138 Night Owl, and it's Checkmate is the name of the pattern. That one is in our book, Quilts for Kids, and Quilts for Kids is only a downloadable pattern. But if you're buying 3 kits, any 3 kits, you can skip taking the little pattern and you can get a book free instead of 3 little patterns. Now, let's say that it is, this particular video is going to air the first part of March 2021. And let's say in October, you go back to our website and watch this particular video and you love these owls and find out that they're out of stock. I had the customer ask the other day, why can I not ever find any of the kits? But she just so happened to be looking at a 7-month-old video. Now what you can do is if you'll look right below the screen and you'll see a date and it'll tell you when the video has posted. So if it's 6 or 8 months old, it's probably out of stock. But if it's just 2 or 3 months old, we may still have some because we try to buy really deep. So keep that in mind as well. Oh, we have one more on Checkmate. This is a different fabric, but would look really cute in the Checkmate as well. This one is the Care Bears, and you will cut this. The wide strip will go here. That's your focus fabric. Then you have 2 remaining. You pick out your lightest for your number 2. That's going to go in these squares. And the darkest will be your number 3 fabric. So the Care Bears, this one is a last chance. That's another thing. When you're watching the videos, if it says last chance, we will tell you how many are remaining because we want you to have another opportunity to pick up some cool looking quilts that maybe are getting a little low on inventory. And if it says last chance, only 6 left, we will not have any more of this fabric. We no longer can get it. So here's our number, 8021098 is the kit number. Just go to our website, search on that number, or you can put Care Bear Cuddles number 2 and search on that to find the kit. This is the Checkmate pattern, and it is, again, in the Quilts for Kids book, and there are only 6 of these remaining. So you'll want to check that out. Now, this one is another one that's brand new fabric. It's going to be, this one is called Flutter. You can see the little butterfly, and this is the coolest fabric. I just fell in love with it whenever I saw it. So much movement going on, kind of like the fluttering of the wings of a butterfly. And you'll see those little lines are in the butterfly wings as well. It was a real super simple quilt to put together and come up with this look as if you are going to have a butterfly in your block. All right. So this particular pattern is out of my newest book, Quilts in a Jiffy. And this is the fabric. I thought this was a great fabric for you to mimic the feel of a monarch butterfly. So that's the reason that I did it with this particular fabric. Now remember, you can use any of our fabrics in any one of my patterns. So if you don't want to do the flutter, it would go with any of the others if you fall in love with this pretty colorful fabrics. So this is your number 1 fabric. It's your largest print. It's going to go here in your butterfly wings, and I put that number 1 fabric there specifically so you could get the look of the butterfly coloration. Then out in your border, we use that again. The number 2 fabric, see how you have all the lines in this? We picked up the companion fabric that mimics that in a light tone because your number 2 always needs to be your lightest fabric, and it will offset. If you can just imagine if you'd put a black or something in this spot, you wouldn't be able to see your butterfly. So I've designed the pattern so that your light color is like a background for your quilt designs. Then your number 3 fabric is going to be your accents and a border or a binding. In this case, I used it for the binding. This one is called Festival. The name of the pattern is Flutter. Flutter is only available in our book, Quilts in a Jiffy. So it's only available. It's a brand new book that has just come out, and that pattern is only available in this book. Now, if you buy 3 kits, you can get the the book free. If you don't want to buy 3 kits, then you can get 1 free pattern, and we're recommending the Pinwheel plus 1. So you skip taking the little pattern when you buy 3 and get the book if that's what you'd like. It's a really good deal because you get 8 patterns and 3 sizes for each one. This one is called Dash, and this is also a new fabric. Now, this is an example of where we showed you the fabric. It was not in stock yet, but it just came in, so we put it up on the web, and so now it is available. And everyone that went and clicked on Notify Me when this is back in stock, they will probably already have their email while we're watching this for the first time. We'll put this one up here, and I'll talk about this one. I like this whenever you have a couple of fabrics that you really want to show off, because the blocks are the even size blocks. They're the same size, and then they're offset by the small fabrics, or the small blocks. I like large prints in the border. I just think they look cool, and so I put my number 1 fabric here and in the border. This is a new motif fabric called Spring Brook, and it is gorgeous. So this is your focus fabric, and it's going in your number 1 spot, which will be the block and the border. Then your number 2 spot, aren't those cute little bumblebees? They're going to be your background. And you know, this just brings out the memories in my mind of actually being in a big field and the bees and the butterflies fluttering around with all the pretty spring flowers. So that's going to be cute. And then you've got your 3rd fabric, which when you compare, you go focus fabric, then you compare these two. Your light is your background, and your number 3 is your accents, and that will be also in the binding. This one is called Spring Brook 8021048. Dash is the name of the pattern, and this is a case where you can get the pattern as an individual. It's also in the book, Easy Peasy 3-yard quilts. Now the next one that we're going to do is also from Dash. And this one is a good example of how you can use 2 large prints and use it in this pattern. It works really well. So I'm going to show you how that works. We have the butterflies, and the butterflies, we chose this for our number 1 spot. So that's going to be here and here. Now once you've chosen that, you will take that out of the equation, and you can choose. You can either put this in the background here, or you could put it in this particular case over here in this block, because we have exactly the same amount of fabric. You can use any fabric in any position. The rule of thumb is focus, light, and dark. In this case, we're doing it a little different. I want this to be the background, even though it looks a little darker than this one. So I'm putting this in the number 2 position. It'll be my background color. And the number 3 position will be the alternate block. So you're going to have the flowers in these little blocks. You're going to have the purple in the background. And you're going to have the butterflies in these and here. And this one is one that is just now gone back in stock. So if you were looking for this from a previous show, we've just updated the inventory, and you'll be able to get this one. 8021064, English Garden. Dash is the pattern, and it is in the book, Easy Peasy. Now, if you are a regular watcher, you probably remember our video called Staff Picks. And Gary Williams works for us, and he had picked out some gorgeous fabric. And we put it up, and it was so popular, and we ran out. And so we went looking. We had to get some more of that if we could, and we did. So I'm going to share that fabric with you. He chose the Jacob's Ladder as the particular quilt that he wanted to use his fabric in. And so this one has these great diagonal strips of color with the blocks marching up on that. So let's put that up here, and we're going to look at Moab Morning. So this was Gary's pick, and he was talking about how he had been out west, and he had seen a bluff called, I think they were in Moab, Utah, I believe is where he said. And he said he got up one morning and he was looking out at the mountains and just couldn't believe how gorgeous the colors were. And he said that's what this reminded him of. So Moab Morning, 8020-973, Jacob's Ladder, and it's from the book Modern Views. So you can either take the pattern individually when you buy the kit or skip taking the small patterns and you can get the book instead. Now the first fabric that we've got is our gold. That's what we put in the number 1 spot, and that's going to be right here in this section. Then our number 2 spot is going to be the teal. It's going to go in this section. And then the brown is going to be your blocks. This is going to be gorgeous. And again, Moab Morning, Jacob's Ladder is a beautiful quilt. Okay, the next one's Ashford Square. Now, Ashford Square is another one that we showed earlier. We ran out of inventory, and we've got it back in stock. So we're real excited about this. This one is also from my new book, Quilts in a Jiffy. It's a super simple pattern to put together. And again, it has a diagonal stripe. It's a little bit different in the stripe, the configuration, but it also has the bigger blocks that are sashed. Beautiful fabric. I love that. So we're going to put that up here. We do have that in stock, so you can look for Ashford Square. Is that the name of the kit?
Daydream.
Oh, Daydream is the name of the kit for this one. So if you love these fabrics, then you can get the Daydream kit for this one. Now we have an alternative, which is from the same line of fabric, and we wanted to share with you this one. This is another thing that we try to do, is to give you some alternatives from the same fabric line. This particular one, we're going to make this be your focus fabric, and it's gorgeous. It would be going in the same section right here, and then we would put the polka dot in the same place. But as many of you know, I love putting stripes in the borders, and it's going to go like this, and in the sashing around this block. So that stripe, that's going to look really cool. So this one is called Daydream 2. Same line of fabric, just a different configuration and matching of those fabrics. 8021137. Ashford Square is the pattern, and it is in this book, Quilts in a Jiffy. And the pattern is right here. And it does have the instructions for a lap.
I'm not sure I understand.
My phone didn't understand. I hope you do. Okay, what was I going to say? A lap, a twin, and a king queen. So these would be gorgeous in that. Okay, so we have Quilts in a Jiffy, an alternate pattern, because Quilts in Jiffy is a brand new book. Those patterns are not released as individuals yet. You might consider doing the gallery quilt as your pattern. I don't know if I will invite Siri to come to all of our videos because she talks back. Okay, this pattern, I do not have this fabric, but this pattern is called Town Square, a very popular pattern. But we have a fabric that just came back into stock, so we're going to show that to you as well. So we'll put that one up here, and I've got pieces and parts to show you. Now, if you're new to my techniques, I use a whole lot of strip piecing. I find strip piecing to be such a easy way for me to put a quilt together. It goes together very, very fast, and one of the reasons my patterns are so fast is because I use the strip piecing method. So let me tell you a little bit about that, and we're going to lay out some blocks. This particular one is called, what is this called? Sweethearts. Okay. Now we've cut these a little bit bigger. We don't take off of our seam allowances whenever we're laying them out, but you're going to just have a plain block right in the middle. Then you're going to do strip piecing. Now when you do strip piecing, you have big long strips like this. It's going to be width of fabric, and you sew those together. And then you take that strip and you cut what we call units off of the sides. So we just cut these right off of the sides of this. And then you take your units and They are going to be sewn to this block. You put right sides together, and you will just sew those to the block like so. And then you do the same thing up here, but you're actually reversing it. So you want your red in these two different corners. Then you make a big strip piece. Talk about going together in a hurry. So see how big this strip piece is? It's got much larger pieces. Okay, you'll take that strip piece, and then you're going to cut pieces like this off of the side. So we will take these, and they get sewn to, so you put your right sides together, and you're just going to sew those and trim them off at the top and the bottom, and you get a look like this. And you'll square up your quilt. Let's get our cropping tool so you can see how this looks. So this is truly a sweetheart of a quilt. Look how cool that is. Okay, so there we have sweethearts. And this one is a pattern that was out of stock and is back in stock. Let's look at the fabric up close. And we have our hearts as our number 1 fabric. We have our pink and red left over. The pink is our number 2, and the red is our number 3. And this one is called Sweethearts. The number is 8021031 is your kit number, and Town Square is your pattern. It is available as an individual. It's also available in the Easy Peasy 3-yard quilts. All right. Now the next quilt, this one's called Time Machine. This is one of my newer patterns as well. It's not hard to do. It looks kind of complicated, but it goes together. It's just a lot of half square triangles. I always try to give you a super simple and a little bit more of a challenge. And in the particular book this is a little bit more of a challenge. You've got half square triangles going together here with a focus block here. Now, this also happens in our stock sometimes. We will run out of a particular fabric, but we will try to mimic that by getting other fabrics from the same line. So let's show you this one. This is from the same line of fabrics. If you look closely, you can see it's just a different coloration. So this is going to be our focus fabric. It's going to look very similar to this, just in a little bit different color. So we've got this one as our focus. Then we have our background color, which is our number 2. It's going to go here. And see how that really, let me crop this out. See that white, or that light really makes your block, see how the block looks here? So without that white in there, you wouldn't see that in the same way. So you need that to set off the colors. So that's our number 2 fabric compared to the number 3 fabric, which is our dark. And once again, these are just a darker version of these two. Gorgeous. So when we put this back in stock, and this just went back in stock too, right? Okay, so this one just came into stock. The number is 8021136. Violet Blooms 2. This one was 1. Time Machine is your pattern. It's only available in the book Easy Does It. So that means that it's not available as an individual, but our recommendation is that you might make tumbling triangles, and that is an individual pattern. Okay, I'm out of this particular fabric, but we have another really cute fabric that went out of stock, and we've got it back again. So we're going to show that to you. It's a rail fence, super simple. If you're a beginner, this is one to do. It's just a rail fence turned this way, a rail fence turned this way, and it goes together to make a really cool pattern. This one's called Disco Dots. I really like it whenever we use just the geometrics and the colors to come up with a cute quilt. No florals or anything else, just cute, cute fabric. So this one is your number 1 fabric, and that's going to be everywhere you see the little flowers over here. And then our number 2 is our light fabric. That's going to go where this yellow-green is, but it's going to be on your quilt like this. So in your borders, it's going to be going like this, all the way through and all the way through on these as well. So that's your number 2 fabric, and this is your number 3 fabric. So this one is called Rail Fence 80, it's Disco Dots 8021001. The name of the pattern is Rail Fence. That's from our book, Quick and Easy 3-Yard Quilts. That one is not in print any longer, so you would get a downloadable pattern if you want to take that. Now, basically what we've been telling you today is that don't give up if you go to our website and you're not seeing the kit you want. First of all, check that date and see if it's an older video or if it's been current. Subscribe to our channel and click the notification button so you will have first dibs on those kits when they go up on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 4 o'clock. And then if you do go to our website and it says out of stock, go ahead and you have to click on the quilt kit, you have to go to the bottom, and then you click on notify me when this is back in stock, and you'll be the first one to know that it is back in stock. Now we do have I do have 7 books in print. 3 books are download only. So if you want to take a free book whenever you buy 3 kits, then you just buy 3 kits, put the name of the book in the comments section, or you get 1 free pattern with every kit. Now, be sure to leave us some comments. Tell us what you like and what you'd like to see more of in the future. If you have any questions, give us those too. We try to make sure that we give you answers. Share this with your friends. If you've got quilty friends that haven't heard about us, be sure to let them know about our video channel. And we thank you so much for watching. It's Donna Robertson with Fabric Cafe. And guess what else? We have even more kits on our website. So be sure to check that out as well. Have a good one.